We got low prices, we got high prices, and we've got more prices. Let's talk. What up, viewers? What up? What up? Calc Soups here, and today is Friday, June 26th, and that means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. We finally, as I've been leading up to for the past several weeks, know the price point that GTA 6 will be. There will be a base game version of, drumroll please, $80. So they are officially pushing up the like AAA budget or the AAA base game value. So that will hopefully you'll see a lot of AAA games probably clamoring to try and get that $80, especially like the upcoming Call of Duty game maybe. And then there's also a $100 Ultimate Edition of GTA, which some people are pretty upset about because there will be in-game items that you will not have access. It's not just generic DLC that you won't have access to. There will be like shops in the maps and cosmetic stuff in those shops that you just can't access. So besides like boats and cars and hairdos and all that kind of stuff, there will just be shops that exist in the world that you just can't interact with because you don't have the Ultimate Edition, which feels a little weird. Like that's towing the line between like, I mean, there's no pay to win portion of it, but it's like if I can't interact with it because of my version, I kind of don't want it in the game. But the fact that those shops will exist in the game, I just can't go into them because I don't have the Ultimate Edition. Maybe I'm hit with like a screen that says, go purchase the Ultimate Edition or the Season Pass if you want to access the shop or whatever. Feels a little weird. Another thing about GTA 6 that is throwing a lot of people off is that the physical edition will have no disc. You will not be able to purchase a disc with GTA 6 on it. Any physical copies that you buy at like Best Buy or Target or GameStop will have a code in the box. You will just download. The game. Supposedly, this is supposed to help with like leaks, so that a physical copy doesn't get out there. Someone can plug it in and play it and leak stuff. But also, any game preservationists. GTA 6. Any game preservationists are quite upset about the fact that there just won't be a physical disc somewhere for people to kind of hold on to that will have all of GTA 6 on it. So pretty upsetting stuff there, but $80 price point, $100 Ultimate Edition with some stuff you just won't be able to access. It's gonna be pretty weird, but it is gonna still sell $1 Brazilian million. So that's all we know about GTA 6. Let me know if you pre-ordered it down below. We also have the price tag of the Steam machine. It is finally here. Steam's entry into the console space has coming in at not $750 like they were kind of hinting at. I think all speculation up to this point has led to like, we're gonna try and aim for that 750 mark, somewhere between that 500, base model, current gen, and like $1,000 for the upper echelons of things. But according to people on the know, they upped the price like a third, to get it to the base price for the Steam machine being $1,050, so $1,050, which is with all the other consoles raising their price, and more on that soon. It doesn't seem like $1,050 doesn't seem so out of the realm of possibilities, but I think a lot of us were kind of expecting them to sell it at a loss because Steam makes all their money on content. So, but they're probably still losing some money on this. But yeah, $1,050 for a base 500 gigabyte model. Doesn't even come with a controller. The controller you can add on for like $80, or there's a 2 terabyte version that comes in at $1,350. Which, if you've got $1,350 lying around in this economy, good on you. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, and it doesn't come with a controller. So if you want to throw a controller on that, now you're looking over north of $400 or $1,400. So yeah, this is not. I don't think this is gonna go well. Like I don't think people are gonna for even as cool as the small box will be, people will probably just make their own PC at $1,050, and the fact that Steam OS is now widely available to everybody means you can kind of make your own Steam machine. So Hopefully that smooths over some negative sentiment. But yeah, the Steam machine prices are not where we wanted them to be. And yeah, I don't think these are going to. And it's going to be a lottery system. So, like, rather, as opposed to it being scalped everywhere, like, you will be entered into a lottery. And then if your name is pulled, you'll be able to purchase the Steam machine. So, again, if you've got $1,400 lying around, go for it. I don't know that this is an investment piece because this is just a PC. But yeah, I very concerning all these prices being raised by this RAM shortage, and more on that soon. But moving right along to an actual video game, we're talking about an actual video game that is launching soon. Resonance: A Plague Tale Legacy is a, I guess, prequel, or I don't know where this fits in the Plague Tale timeline, but the next Plague Tale game, we got to see about 20 minutes of gameplay this week, which is pretty cool. I'll have a link down below for you to check that out as well. And they are definitely like leaning into like the combat stuff. I know I only got halfway through the second one, so I know that like it was mostly a stealth game in the first game, and like the second game was kind of edging more towards like an action combat, but still very stealth focused. You were just a teenage girl. But now this is like full on Assassin's Creed style. Like you're running around, you're taking on soldiers and stuff like that. So pretty crazy stuff going on. I'm still curious how they're gonna like add the Plague Tale elements into it. Am I gonna have to run from rats by lighting torches and stuff? I didn't quite see a lot of that in the gameplay. So really, I kind of called it Assassin's Creed Plague Tale because that's what it's kind of feeling like. So maybe my wife will be into it. On a down note, as we've been talking for several weeks, lots of news coming out of Bungie, all the studios at Microsoft. But we got confirmation this week of everybody who, like, basically half of Bungie was let go this week across all departments. Like the article I read just kind of had like piece by piece people who worked in VFX and cinematics and questing and all that kind of stuff, like all gone. Like everyone they know, like they were gone, and everyone they know were gone. So like entire teams, even some of the support staff from Sony that was helping manage the Destiny or the Bungie relationship, like several of those people are gone as well. So yeah, it was probably as bad as we were expecting after all the news coming out about Destiny and its final DLC and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, just really rough time, unfortunate. Yeah, so if you have anybody at Bungie, feel free to probably reach out to them, see how they're doing, because it seems like a lot of them just lost their jobs, unfortunately. Going back to the Microsoft stuff, Compulsion Games are kind of doing it the right way. Maybe signaling ahead of time how dour things are, but Compulsion Games is one of the studios that is now currently in negotiations with Microsoft to like maintain their relationship. Otherwise, I guess they would be closed down or spun off or potentially bought out, but probably not. They are just like the leadership at Compulsion Games are just allowing their employees who are still currently employed to like openly look for work. So there were several like LinkedIn posts about, hey, I'm a Compulsion Games I work at Compulsion Games, but I am openly looking for a job. Haven't yet lost my job yet, but yeah, I mean, this isn't necessarily like something that's illegal to do, but it was just interesting to see that, like, when people were interviewed about, hey, you still have a job, what's going on here? That they were like, well, leadership said, hey, go look for jobs while we're still in negotiations. Again, somewhat signaling a pretty negative outcome, but yeah, just kind of interesting. At least people are being allowed or given time to openly do that. So hopefully those people are a little bit better off for it. Sticking with Microsoft again and circling back to those price hikes, the Xbox, the Xbox X, Series S, and Series X are both getting price hikes again. The last price hike from October of last year took the Xbox Series S from $500 to $650, and now it's being bumped again by another $150 in August to $800. So and like the Series S went from 300 to 400, and now it's from 400 to 500. Still insane to me that the cheapest time to get a console is at launch. This whole RAM apocalypse is really getting on my nerves, even though I keep hitting it time and time again every week. How crazy it is, and as someone who has a 6-year-old computer and looking to upgrade, that's not happening anytime soon with the cost of PC parts. Unfortunate for that, but yeah, it's crazy that Microsoft, still trying to sell their hardware, which I guess is something they have to do. Um, but yeah, this price hike, I can't imagine that like units are flying off the shelves as they're increasing prices and saying that like they need to do a reset. Like, what is the content that you want people to play on those consoles? Like, you need exclusive content. So I know Asher Sharma's working on it, so but at the expense of really good game developers and a price increase on hardware, seems like a lot of bad decisions are being made, and I don't know which of those are benefiting Xbox as a whole. If I'm even a fan of Xbox as a whole. Moving on to more AI stuff, we've got kind of researched analytical proof that an AI stigma is real. So, according to researchers in an article that I read this week, games flagged on Steam to have used generative AI get 53% less reviews, and that there's always been this kind of back of napkin math that like more reviews equals more revenue, and I mean the range is pretty large if you're like trying to make accurate measurements, but less reviews definitely equals less sales. So like so the fact that like these companies that Valve makes mark a flag that says this game used generative AI is resulting in less sales. So yeah, so like I think everyone everywhere does not want AI. They want them to give us back our memory and our PC parts, make our games not have AI in them. So yeah, I am excited to see that. Also, slight tangent, but like there's no model that's like there's no sales model that's supporting AI. So yeah, everyone wants AI to go, and here's a provable piece of evidence that shows that there is a monetary detriment to using AI in your video game. So I'm glad that kind of research gets out there, and hopefully spotlighting it will help make it so that developers use generative AI less, if not at all. One thing you can spend some of your hard-earned money on that is related to Steam is the Steam Summer Sale is live this week. This is the time to get your $4 4-year-old games for up to 90% off. I think I saw Witcher 3 was like $4, so that's like 90% off of what it normally gets, especially if they have DLC coming out next year. Pretty exciting stuff to go pick up Witcher 3 and play that if you haven't played it yet. It might take you that long to play through all of Witcher 3 before the DLC comes out. But yeah, this is the time to buy very cheap PC games that you can play until everything comes out in August and September, before GTA 6 comes out in November for $100. So yeah, let me know what you pick up in the Steam Summer Sale down below. Everyone hates another video game launcher so much that a developer had to put out a video game launcher to launch their series of games, and everyone hated it, and they backtracked it in less than 24 hours. Owlcat Games, developers of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, Pathfinder Kingmaker, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, a lot of really good CRPGs out there, decided with their latest update for 40k Rogue Trader to put out a game launcher. Not something that would necessarily put a twist in my trousers or anything, but apparently everybody said, hey, we hate it. There's also bugs associated with it. And so in less than one day, they were like, great, we're rolling it back. We're taking that update back. We are not making a game launcher. And they have enough good games that I could see them having like their own launcher, but Most people are probably buying it from Steam and just want to use the Steam launcher anyway, so didn't quite make sense. But yeah, your voice is heard if you tried to download the latest Owlcat DLC for Rogue Trader, or the latest update for Rogue Trader. Your feedback was heard, and they're trying to limit the number of game launchers out there. So, good on them for listening. I'm getting a little tired of Nicolas Cage being put in video games just as he is. Like, he is definitely someone who has many characters who I could see being put in several different video games, but just like putting the actor in a video game feels weird. You might be able to go back a couple years when he was ported into Dead by Daylight as one of the new survivors. I probably said good things about that just because I want more Dead by Daylight content. But now Nicolas Cage is coming to the next Black Ops game as an operator. So continuing those clown skins where you can just run around as Nicolas Cage in Black Ops 7. You'll be able to be Nicolas Cage. There's a whole, you can't be John Malkovich yet, but you can certainly be Nicolas Cage in Black Ops 7. I feel like this is something that people are, I don't know. All the IP crossovers and all that kind of stuff coming to all these games. I don't know. I guess it's working. I don't know what the investment is to like get Nicolas Cage likeness into a video game. Bringing him in probably a day's worth of work or two. But yeah, I just don't like who. I don't know who's buying this stuff. Like, who is buying Nicolas? Like, is Nicolas Cage relevant to the like Fortnite audience and Call of Duty audience enough that like they can sell a $5 or $10 skin of him and make money? I guess so. But yeah, just seems like a weird partnership to me. Especially since he could be any one of number of different Nicolas Cage characters. Put Ghost Rider in there, or any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, the fact that it's just the actor Nick Cage coming to Black Ops 7 just feels a little weird. But that's it for the week. Let me know if you feel I forgot anything down below in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super weekend. And I hope you have a super day. Bye!